everyone. This is J.Keerthi of 3rd BA English Literature from Mahalakshmi Women's College of Arts and Science. I am here to review about the work Postmaster written by Rabindranath Tagore. The lifespan of Rabindranath Tagore was from 7th May 1861 to 7th August 1941. He was a Bengali polymath who worked as a poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and painter. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as Indian art with contextual modernism in the late 19th and 20th centuries. He was the author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh, and beautiful poetry of Geetanjali. The name Tagore is the anglicized transliteration of Thakur. The original surname of the Tagores was Kushari. Tagore was raised mostly by servants. His mother had died in his early childhood and his father travelled widely. The Tagore family was at the forefront of the Bengal Renaissance. Known mostly for his poetry, Tagore wrote novels, essays, short stories, travelogues, dramas, and thousands of songs. Of Tagore's prose, his short stories are perhaps most highly regarded. He is indeed credited with originating the Bengali language version of the genre. The Postmaster, a story by Rabindranath Tagore, a gifted Indian writer and thinker, achieved a worldwide reputation when he was awarded the Nobel Prize. The Postmaster is a story of a city-bred young man forced to live in a remote village. Necessity drove him to spend his evenings in the company of a simple orphan girl, Ratan. The Postmaster short story is about an unnamed postmaster who was transferred to a remote post office in a small rural Indian village. The village was near a factory and the owner of the factory were Englishmen. The postmaster was from the huge city of Calcutta and feels out of place in such a distant rural village. The post office seems to contain only 2 rooms, the office itself and the postmaster's living quarters made out of thatched shed, near a stagnant pond circled by thick foliage. The workers in the nearby factory were so much busy with their work that they have no time to make friendship with anyone. Besides, they were not good company for decent folk. In addition, people from Calcutta were not particularly good at socializing. They appeared to be arrogant or uncomfortable. In any case, the postmaster had few companions and he does not have many activities to keep him occupied. Occasionally, he tried to write a bit of poetry. The rural landscape have inspired the kind of happy poetry he sought to compose. But the postmaster is uninterested in the landscape and would be happy if it were replaced by a paved road and numerous tall buildings. His salary was not great, so he had to cook his own food and would share his suppers with Ratan, an orphan girl of the village. She did odd jobs for the postmaster. In the evening, when the village was filled with appealing sights and sounds, the postmaster lights his lamp and called for Ratan. Ratan, who has been waiting for the nightly calls, typically asks whether she has indeed been called. She then routinely lights the fire needed for cooking. The postmaster tells her to wait till he smokes his pipe, which Ratan always lights for him. The postmaster used to talk with Ratan while smoking. He asked Ratan about her early life, which she loved to share with him. The postmaster himself recalls his home, his mother and sister and discusses about them with Ratan. She used to call the postmaster Dada, meaning elder brother. She obeyed her master. The postmaster taught her how to read. Ratan begins to learn about double consonants. They develop a bond of trust and friendship. They have meals together and Ratan runs small errands for the postmaster. One day, postmaster falls ill due to the showers of the season. Ratan took care of him like a mother when he was sick. She sat beside him the whole night during the time until he was cured completely. The postmaster decided to apply for a transfer back to Calcutta. His application for transfer gets rejected. Thus, he resigns from the job. Finally, the time came when our postmaster decided to return to his city. Ratan was deeply hurt but didn't express it. She asked him to take her with him to his city. He laughed at her request. While leaving, he offered her his entire salary, but Ratan denied it and ran away crying. The kind gesture made her cry. She wandered about the post office with tears trickling down her cheeks. Poor Ratan. Her affection was not reciprocated. At the end, Ratan gets heartbroken to know that her master left her forever. This short story was full of pathos and moves the readers to tears. This story shows the difficulties which a city person faces when migrate to a remote place and the life of an orphan girl Ratan whose life is full of numberless meetings and partings. She knew no philosophy of life. Her fondness for the postmaster may be regarded as a one-sided affection of a 13-year-old girl, which indeed was selfless and innocent. A woman's heart is indeed difficult to understand, right? In The Postmaster, written by Rabindranath Tagore, we have the theme of loneliness, happiness, gratitude, connection, memories, and guilt. The Postmaster is a beautiful story which everyone have to read at least once. Hope you all like this video. Thank you.